I know what you're thinking. Alexa, pause. You're thinking that sounded like a room full of cats getting their tails stepped on, didn't you? Nope. What you were hearing were bagpipes, pictured here. Bagpipes are the national instrument of Scotland, as stated by scotiapipers.co.uk. I'm Peggy Noll, and I am 50% Scottish. My mom was born in Scotland and moved to America when she was 7 years old. As you can imagine, my grandparents have many stories about Scotland, but I won't bore you with those because they involve my family mainly. But what I will share with you today are some of the Scottish cultures that I know of and some that I have researched. So first today I'll go over customs and dress. Then I will talk about some of the cuisine in Scotland. And lastly, I'll go over Scotland's favorite traditional holiday. So some customs in Scotland are the Highland Games. That's an outdoor sporting event that is pretty much exactly the same as the day it was invented. Some of the events are hammer throwing and caber tossing. Hammer throwing pretty much explains itself. Caber tossing. If you don't know what a caber is, picture a telephone pole with about 3 feet taken off the top and about 3 inches shaved off the diameter. It's then picked up by bare hands and balanced and then heaved across the lawn. It's quite exciting. Another customary festival that is held annually is the military tattoo, also officially named the Royal Edinburgh Military Tattoo, as stated by edentat.co.uk, which is pictured here, taking place at the Edinburgh Castle in Edinburgh, the capital city of Scotland. Now you may have noticed in that picture of the tattoo that the men were wearing skirts. Well, those are actually called kilts. They are made of wool and woven into a tartan pattern, which we would refer to as plaid. So I actually have a wrap here that is made of wool and woven into a standard tartan pattern. It's very warm. Now, after attending one or maybe both of these events, you may be getting a little thirsty or hungry. How about some Scotch whiskey, or simply referred to as Scotch, which is by law, according to scotch-whisky.co.uk, only to be brewed in Scotland. The main ingredient is barley, which is bountiful in Scotland, and they take peat from the ground, which is used as the fuel source to dry the barley for distilling. Also, according to scotch-whisky.co.uk, it is now served in over 175 countries around the world. Now, a traditional main dish in Scotland is known as haggis. Haggis by some is considered a delicacy because of its unique flavors. Its ingredients, mainly lamb's intestines. Yes, you heard me right. Typically the heart, the liver, and the stomach. Some spices and some oats. Scotland.com has been stated as saying it should be known as a fear factor food. They might be right. Although, if you've had enough scotch, you might not care what's in the haggis. And one of the traditional holidays of Scotland, it's their favorite, called Hogmanay. Hogmanay is what we in America refer to as New Year's Eve. Hogmanay is a favorite holiday because many, many moons ago, Christmas was banned in Scotland for over 400 years. So as the Scotsman.com says, it was the only midwinter festival available. One of the traditions taking place during Hogmanay is first footing. First footing is the first person to come into your home after the stroke of midnight on January 1st. Traditionally, this was a dark-haired man bearing gifts to ensure good fortune for the home for the coming year. They didn't like fair-haired men because of Viking invasions way back when. That has changed now. Any kind, good-hearted person will do, especially if they have gifts. So today we went over some customs and dress. Then we went over food and drink. And then we discussed Hogmanay / New Year's Eve. So I hope you found these tips interesting. And I hope you're able to visit Scotland someday. And while you're there, try the haggis. I dare ya.